Can get a regular, you can get a studio here, you can get a 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, whatever you desire. I realized that I made a mistake. Congress Park is the closest to Disney Springs. The Springs is actually behind the Carriage House, so I would assume that's this room. But this room is very spacious, and I believe it can sleep so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 adults comfortably. Welcome to Jolly Darling Travel. I am so happy to bring you a Saratoga Springs resort tour. I have had the pleasure of staying here the last few nights. My parents were here purposefully to golf, and I kind of just jumped in on their trip, so that means you get a resort tour vlog. I have a full room tour, but I'm going to just give you a quick little rundown of the room as it is right now. We've been in it. Mousekeeping was just here, but this is the room. It's a 1 bedroom villa. I'm leaving everything out, nothing super aesthetic. You're gonna see the room tour right after this. I'm gonna cut that in from my travel day. I am staying in the Grandstand building, so I am just going to kind of pop you through this resort. It's a very, see, even my suitcase is out. It's a very, very large resort. It's great for families that are coming here with extended family, friends, any type of, you know, location that can house multiple people while on property is really great for Disney, because honestly, being in the Disney bubble, you can't beat that when you're traveling here. It's not super convenient to come in and out of the bubble when you have multiple people. So I know that they do come in 2 and 3 bedroom villas. This is a golf course view, which is great because my parents, we just got off the golf course, so go check that vlog out. But all right, so I will see you at the front of the Grandstand building. 745 in the Grandstand of Saratoga Springs. So when you first walk in, you have a nice little area to put your keys, a coat hook. This is a locked door to your left. Then when you come into the main villa portion, you do have a full table right here. To the right, you have a kitchen with full-size appliance, a microwave, fridge, dishwasher. It's a really, really cute kitchen. It's equipped with everything that you need. I will say the storage space is a little narrow right here, so you really don't have a ton per se, but you have everything that you need. And then this is going to be a Murphy bed. It's going to drop down. Very easily, it does drop down. Probably should have moved this thing out of the way, but I'm just for real quick. Ugh. Push this back up for now. I think you need 2 people to get that down. There is also a bed right here underneath the television. So you can see that here. I've kicked my parents out onto the porch and they're overlooking the golf course. So now we're gonna come back this way. You have a washer and dryer in this villa. So that's really nice because remember, this is a DVC resort. This is the main bedroom, which is beautiful. It's super roomy. Very, 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 very nicely decorated. You have a lot of drawer space, just a lot of room in general. Then we have the big bathroom with a big bathtub. I'm just gonna step back this way. Turn the light on. Okay. And then this is like more of a, it's a storage closet for like cleaning supplies and for your clothes. And then we do have a second toilet with a shower, which is really, really nice. Actually, wait, no, I think we have 1 toilet. So we have 1 toilet, 1 sink. Let me see, is there another? Yeah, so it is just 1 toilet in this room, but this room is very spacious, and I believe it can sleep so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 adults comfortably. Okay, so my dad's gonna pull the other side, I'm gonna pull this side, and we're gonna pull this Murphy bed down. Sounds a little scary, but just keep pushing it down and it will totally come down. So now this is going to be your Murphy bed sleeper, which is 10 times better than having a pull-out couch. And then if we go this way, this is a third sleeper. And honestly, you really just want a kid or a very small adult on this one because, you know, there is nothing that positions or like anchors it from the bottom. So just in case, keep the little ones on it. But yeah, so this is your extra space. Thanks, Dad, for being overlook the Saratoga pool, which is really nice because there's a kid's splash pad, there's a jacuzzi, and there is a swimming pool here. There's also a snack bar that's open seasonally, which you can't see from here, but I will show you when we get downstairs. Grandstand building. The buses are going to be, I believe, where are they? They're behind us, so I'll show you that. I'm still kind of figuring this out. There are elevators to the right, but I am going to, if you're looking at the pool, I'm going to turn to the right of the building and I'm going to walk toward the Carriage House so that you can see the main building. They are to the right as well, but they're tucked behind the grandstand. We're going to go through those arches and to the right on the walking path. Same way we took this morning in the golf video. So if you watch that, you'll be familiar with this path. It just came down. You're going to have the golfing to the right, and then we're going to have the porte-cochere to the left. So we're going to stay to the left. Like I said, if you want to see the golf, you can certainly head over to that video, and I'll link it at the end as well. So upon approaching the porte-cochere, you're going to have bell services to your right, and then we're going to head right into the Carriage House. Is in the Carriage House to the right. So we're going to take a quick little pop into there. And as I said, this is a DVC resort, but you can get you can get a studio here, you can get a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, whatever you desire. So this is the check-in. If you go to the left of check-in, you're going to have just a little waiting area to the left. Head straight. You do have a portable charger and the Chase machine, outgoing mail as well. We have restaurants or restrooms to our right. We're going to head straight toward the Artist Palette, which is going to be your quick service. There's also a little store in here. So we'll just take a quick little view through here. They do have resort-specific Saratoga merchandise, DVC merchandise, Dooney and Burke, more Saratoga. They do have quite a bit of golf, Mickey and Minnie stuff in the pro shop. You have your regular things if you've misplaced your sunscreen. I did need a toothbrush and front desk did give it to me. So then you're going to order your quick service right over here. And this is the menu. You do have grab and go, coffee, refillable mugs, the whole nine. Now to your right is going to be the Turf and Golf Club, or the Turf Club Bar and Grill, which again, we ate in there for the golf video, so I'm going to have you head on over there if you want to see that. So we're going to come out of this side entrance. And then here's the main pool, which it's really nice. I'm not going to go down there and film just because there are people swimming, so we're not going to do that. And then they used to have Sense's spa here, but unfortunately it's no longer open. You can catch a boat down to Disney Springs. Here's the map. So we are here. bar and grill so that we can get over to the front of the Gulf check-in. There's two entrances, one in the front and one in the back. This is just one of the lounges. They do have a small little bar over here to the side, but it looks like it's closed for right now. The restaurant is closed Mondays and Tuesdays. So now if you want to access the boat to get to Disney Springs, you're just going to keep heading straight back behind the turf and I don't know why I keep wanting to call it turf and golf, but the turf restaurant. You'll have the Gulf on your left. This is where you're going to check in. There are tennis courts straight ahead. You can even walk to Disney Springs from here, but I'm going to take the boat. And here's the boat entrance. So be conscious of which boat you're taking because one of the boats does go over to French Quarter and I believe also Quarter Lanes, but I could be wrong. I've only taken this boat once this trip because like I said, this was a very short, quick trip. And then you have the walking path back to Saratoga Springs to your left. So I do need to pop into Disney Springs for a minute and then I will pick this back up as I walk back to Saratoga Springs. I'm gonna exit out of if you know where the ride share is, you know where we're exiting. So we're gonna head towards Saratoga Springs with the walkway. Like I said, you can take the bus back or boat back, but I'm going to walk so that I can pass one of the areas that I wanna show you in this vlog. Keep in mind the walkway is closed from dusk to dawn. They don't want you walking. I would assume it's also because Disney Springs is closed. So there's really no reason to go at that point. So the section closest to Disney Springs is obviously called The Springs. They're a little ways from the Carriage House, but they do have their own pool. So we're gonna go check that out right now. And I'm actually gonna cut through this area. There's also a kids play area over to the left if you're coming into the back entrance of this pool. So this is what you would consider one of the quiet pools. It's actually really nice in comparison to the Springs pool. The Springs pool, I don't know, I felt like it was just a little, it was a little kid-centric, but I think my dad would really like this pool. And then you have the view of Disney Springs, which is also really nice. So they have a pool and they have a hot tub. But we're just gonna cut through and go right over the bus. So you can go back to the grandstand. And as you exit the opposite end, there's Congress Park Bus Depot. Right back there. So I think I'm gonna actually walk back up to the Carriage House just because I feel like I don't want to get stuck on the bus and going through all of the different stops, because each section does have their own bus stop. And I will say we have not experienced any issues with this bus system. I know some people have said that they have. So I'm gonna cut through this parking lot at Congress Park and I'm gonna take this little walkway and it'll lead me right up to the Carriage House. It's a very, very, very large property. You definitely could not walk this property entirely, so that's obviously I'm not going to be able to do that. You can take an internal bus from stop to stop, so that's convenient. Most people that do come here have a car. I have realized that when you use Uber or Lyft, they do allow those services to actually drop you off at your particular area, because when I stayed at Coronado, they definitely did not. Looking at this map, I just realized that I made a mistake. Congress Park is the closest to Disney Springs. The Springs is actually behind the Carriage House, so I would assume that's going to be the preferred villas. And then we are staying in the Grandstand right here. The carousel, I'm probably not going to be able to take you over there today. Also to the paddock, that's just a little much for me to try to get to, but I will see what I can do. And then you do have the Treehouse Villas, which of course I am not going to be able to make it over there today. So as you can see, I've made it to this little roundabout between Gulf Drive and Broadway. If you turn left down Gulf Drive, you'll be able to make a right into the LBV parking lot. You'll also have the sports courts. And I'm actually going to go straight up because I want to show you guys the community hall really quickly, the Surrey bikes, and then I think we're going to just have to end it here just because I need to get to dinner, but you'll see that in the golf vlog. As we talked about before, this is a Disney Vacation Club property. They do have a preview center here, so they do have all the vans that they pick you up in to take you on the property tour, so this is where you will come to access that. And now we've made it back up toward the main building. We have a guest laundry. I would believe that this is for the guests over here in the Springs, but anybody can use it. We have the community hall. And then we have the Surrey bikes. Another bus stop to our right. And I will tell you that this bus stop, it's the last, if you're at Grandstand and you're going to a park, you will go around the entire park. But if you're at Grandstand and you're coming home from the park, you'll get dropped off first. The Carriage House picks up first, but I don't know, maybe I said that backwards. I should probably say that when I'm not tired. So from here, I am cutting up from the side of the pool to access the main building. And here is that main pool again. And now we are back kind of where we started from the main building. And we're back. Okay, we're gonna have dinner at the Turf Bar and Grill. My parents have just finished golfing. Obviously, I ducked out on them. Here is the menu. When you eat here, you do have to make a reservation. If you want to access this, go into your hotel reservations and click the actual restaurant, and it'll take you to the reservations from there. It's kind of hard. I've never seen it on my Disney experience without doing that. With indoor and outdoors.